Hello and welcome to a new Modern video. So what we are playing today is the deck that won the Modern Showcase Challenge last week in the hands of DMT95, and I think it's the username, the guy is Enrique Osorio. He's a very cool guy from Madrid, Commander player that actually smashed the showcase with Temur Rhinos. I don't think there's a need to introduce this very well known Cascade deck. But what is different from this version is the new card, Tishana's Tidebinder. I know, it's been all over the place this week. It's not news anymore, but here I am, a bit late to the party. Things go very fast with internet nowadays. But yeah, let's just jump into a Modern League with this new Merfolk wizard that is gonna be awesome. It also enables our Flame of Anor, which are the last couple of cards together with Lorien Revealed that had made this deck like totally a tier 1 deck, apart from the fact that, well, it's pretty good against the best deck in the format right though. So we have here the league very conveniently. Let's play, shall we? Well, we're on the draw for our first game. No Gemstone Cavern in our starting hand. Damn it. Let's count how many times we get to invert the play draw mechanic. Yeah, this hand is pretty cool. This is what we aim to do every single game, right? Turn 3 Cascade. Actually, what I really like about playing 4 colors rather than this Temur version is that you always get the turn 3 Cascader. With Temur, well, you only have 8 Cascaders, Cascade cards, Cascaders, I don't know how to call them, but you only have 8 effects, and that can be a bit rough sometimes. So let's not rush into anything. This seems like a Merfolk deck, right? Island into a very cool either buyer I have never seen in my life. Double Masters or something like that. Pretty cool. Let's see, Merfolks, huh? Like it's 2012 or something. Well, when I started playing Modern, Merfolk has never been like a super good deck, but it wasn't half bad, I guess. What are we expecting here? Some kind of removal. So I'm going to play Boseiju and leave the option to Dead Gone something. And also we want to Lorien Revealed into Violent Outburst. Okay, nothing there. Right, awesome. What if there's... Oh, should we... I think I should have stopped before my opponent played a land. What if there's a Tishana's Tidebinder coming? That would be very annoying. It's a Merfolk wizard after all. Of course, I'd rather it counter this land than... Oh, do I? Do I rather it counter the land than the Cascader? I'm not so sure. Maybe not. Probably not, actually. But yeah, we're really... Our plan is try to interact with our free cards. Fury, Subtlety, this Fire Eyes, whatever. They are not free, but they do not trigger Cascade. And let's get some Rhinos into play every single time. So this may be a Tishana's for our Cascade. I wouldn't love that, but also our opponent is doing nothing. Okay, Master. We cannot block. I mean, we can play Violent Outburst, but it has Island Wall. Thanks to the Master of the Pearl Trident. What a card. This is a Tishana's Tidebinder. That's gonna be very rough. But we are going to get to Fury afterwards, and Fury the both cards. Okay, there we go. Tishana's Tidebinder stifling our Violent Outburst. What we could have done to play around this is to do it in the upkeep and Subtlety the Tishana's Tidebinder. I thought about that play, but I think we are fine with our hand. So here we just go Fire Eyes, kill those two. Maybe we should have tried. It was a good idea to play around their own Subtlety. But I'm going to play an untapped land and say go. Of course, either I'll circumvent Subtlety, but now we have Force of Negation plus Dead Gone or just hardcast Subtlety. It's not so bad against a creature deck. Like, Force of Negation is not awesome, but who knows, right? Who knows what's coming here? Cavern of Souls, the new art from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I think here we are just dead gunning that. There's no need to do anything else. And there's no need to take 2 damage. We could do it end step or whatever. But I think since last turn they played the Lord and then attack, I feel had they had a Lord, they would do it, or a creature, they would do it the same way. They have 3 cards in hand. What could they be? It could be Force of Negation. Like you wouldn't Force of Negation that dead gone. You will wait to Force of Negation the other thing, the Cascades. So yeah, maybe. Okay. Subtlety. So Merfolk is kind of back, I guess, now with the Tishanas. Also, like, it's probably playing Lorien Revealed, which is it's a good card, and like the deck is always there or almost there. I feel if I play my Shardless, we are going to walk straight face on into a Force of Negation. Oh, dismember? No Force of Negation up? Sure. Maybe there's another Tidebinder here. If that is what this is, sure, fine. I just didn't want our opponent to go 3 mana Force of Negation. Also, like, they could have countered the trigger of the Subtlety with the Tidebinder, so that was maybe a reason for us to think there wasn't one. And now they have the Lore in hand and one unknown. At this time, I'm thinking it's probably another land. They haven't really missed land drops, and I think they are just holding one in hand. Of course, like, you can never count on the last card of your opponent being a land, but what could they have? They could have another Dismember. That's something. But I don't think they have any creatures, because like they will have played them. And we know that their draw was a master, so I'm pretty confident that it's just a land. And in that case, I'm pretty confident we're winning this game. What is this? What is this? Is this a concede? What I really like about Rhinos right now, both this version and the 4-color one, is that you are really well positioned against the top decks, because you are not only good against Scam, you are also good against some of the decks that are good against Scam, right? So when you're talking about levels, in a metagame, you usually have your level 1 deck, then the level 2 that beats the level 1s, and then some level 3s that beats the level 2 and loses to level 1. That's something very common, right? Especially like in standard metagames, you see that a lot. But here is like the level 2s, for example, Hardened Scales, I think is a good matchup. Something like Burn, that I think is good against Scam, is a good matchup for Rhinos, or it used to be. Now they are more prepared in the sideboard with Chalice and whatnot. But I still think Rhinos has the more proactive and aggressive plan there. Okay, so we're on the draw, we keep Gemstone Caverns. I wouldn't mind a Fury. And against the mono blue deck, I'm pretty sure Mystical Dispute is gonna be at least decent. And since they are mainly creature based, I don't love Force of Negation. And since they are more like usually how Merfolk operates nowadays is in this kind of prisiony deck a lot of times, right? Like you have a lot of counters, but you also need to play like hard hitting sideboard, like a lot of Chalice of the Void, even that kind of cards. So against us, I guess, is when there will be a prisiony deck. So what I want to say is I want to justify bringing in a couple of Force of Vigors. Worst case of scenario, we will hit a random either Vial, and I think it's still better than Force of Negation. So maybe I'm wrong, let's find out. So Fury, Fire Ice, Brazen Borrower, and a Cascade card. We are keeping this hand every day of the week. That's another Vial again? No, a Tide Shaper, wow. Okay, so this is better if I control an island. Okay, we do play some islands. Let's see. And our opponent not starting on either Vial is always great. Usually the mana curve on these decks on Merfolk is not so great, and they really need the Air Vial to both play instant speed all the time and keep up mana for stuff, but also just to like keep up, right? Air Vial is an awesome card, I don't need to explain that to anybody by now, I don't think, and it's just like if you can get it to work and to add like 3, 4, 5 mana through a game, you are very ahead from your opponent. And that's what makes this kind like this or the old humans deck that is completely disappear. Vial is a key component, and we are missing that card in Pioneer, for example. I really think I would like it, and it will be probably a good addition to a format that is kind of missing that kind of deck. We are. Are we countering this? I think we are countering this, and we are then Violent Outbursting our way through this game. Yeah. If they have a Force of Negation on the next turn, that's totally fine. We don't really care. Let's play this. And now let's ask, do you have the Force of Negation? Because I do have the Violent Outburst for you. I would rather this be a Shardless Agent. Like, Shardless Agent is almost always gonna be the better card because it's actually a card, right? So this is like we are not using a card here. So if we get our Rhinos counter or answer in any way, we are not doing anything. But at least the other way is like, hey, we traded Rhinos for something, but then I also got a 2/2. That's what made Shardless Agent so awesome. And this basically this deck. So this is a Model Horizon 1 card, but it took until Shardless Agent to really be good. Also, there was this time, if you guys remember, where there was this T-Ball deck with Cascade, like the best deck ever in Modern probably. It was like so crazy good. And at some point people were like, what if I just Cascade into Rhinos rather than Cascade into T-Ball? Would that be good enough? Turn out, the answer was kind of yes. And with Shardless Agent, the answer was most certainly yes. And this has been a deck ever since. Opponent stuck in 2 lands. What did they exile? They exiled Spellum. That's a very good card, actually. That's one of the reasons to play this deck. Okay, let's suspend our Rhinos here and keep going. Let's try to Fury next turn. And we are doing very fine. There's nothing much to worry about. Oh, what is this? Okay, we're going to kill that like right now, before anything happens. I forgot the new lore. The new lore was the reason that maybe this could have been played. I remember the Carnies talking about Merfolk a lot. Yeah. Okay, you got a 2/2 versus us. Okay, mutables. So the lords, traditional lords, are blue mana, right? So we are doing very fine. And with only 1 blue mana, I'm going to play a Fury, kill that Tidebinder, dominate the board, and just wait until our Footfalls comes out of suspend. I do not love taking damage here, so maybe I just Violent and do like another Force of Negation check. It's another 2/1 if our opponent doesn't have it. And this lets us keep up Brazen Borrower as interaction. Doesn't interact with Mutable, of course, but we can bounce a Lord, we can bounce that Tidebinder. I don't hate it, actually. Because, like, if we Fury there and they have, like, Subtlety, we're not doing anything else with our turn, they would attack for 4 next turn, or even for 6. Like, imagine we go Fury, taking 2 actually from the fetch and the Fiery Islet, and then all of a sudden they go like Subtlety that, play land, activate 2 mutables, attack you for 6. Do we need to risk that happening? Not really. With this play we're much safer, right? So when you're ahead, just remember how do we lose, and when you're behind, well, just always think, hey, how can I get out of this situation? How can I win this game? Here we are attacking with at least one Rhino. Thinking if we want to attack with two. When is this coming out of suspend in 2 turns? I think we're attacking with one. Just with the one. Keeping a blocker back. Okay. I think we are going to cycle Lorien Revealed actually and get an island, so we have more blue mana that doesn't involve taking damage with our Fiery Islet. This is a Tidebinder, I guess. Sucks. At least it didn't get our Wooded Foothills. That would have, well, that would have really sucked. What we're gonna do is we're going to bounce it because it's the 3 mana play, and immediately we're going to draw to crack this, and we are also probably going to draw with our Fiery Islet because we don't want to activate it. So yeah, let's just draw here. There's no need to do all this with this stuff on the stack, but just doesn't matter. Okay, now what, opponent? You have a Tishana Tidebinder. We are trying to tempo our opponent out of the game here. And now with the Subtlety next turn, we can maybe Subtlety their play or Fury now. And I feel like we are quite ahead. Wow, that was a very fast pass of the turn. Okay, again, we are attacking with one Rhino. And now the Subtlety is gonna be awesome because our opponent didn't develop their board. And we are so ahead now. I'm probably winning this game. We could, here in this situation, maybe attacking with 2 Rhinos what was the correct play. But I'm pretty sure we are playing our Subtlety and it's not going to make a difference where we, I mean, attacking with 2 will be a faster clock, but I think it's fine anyway, either way. Okay, let's play this. Dominate the board. Next turn we can Fury plus Flame of Anor, something like that. Yeah, this is going on the bottom of the library. Opponent probably looking for some kind of engineer explosives or some kind of answer for our Rhinos. Okay, that's it. That's lethal. Okay, this was the out, I guess. Another blue mana here and Island Walk. Oh no, shit. I think playing the Subtlety there was fine. But maybe because like if we do not play the Subtlety, this Lord is the other one is on the board. They do the same thing. We go Flame of Anor this, so you lose Island Walk. We have 1 mana up. And they go, hey, pay one, sacrifice, pay 1 more, sacrifice, pay 1 more. And that's not enough. So yeah, we shouldn't have played the Subtlety. Okay, wow, I didn't think about this play. Yeah, remember when I mentioned, hey, think about how can you lose? Well, I totally forgot to think about this one. This was a very real possibility. There was such a high chance. Our opponent had a Lord in hand. They hadn't had double blue. Okay, we didn't see any reason to bring the Force of Vigors. Do we want Charmaw? So they have... I actually think I kind of want Charmaw, right? They play Cavern and they play Mutavolt. Those are already like probably between 6 to 8 colorless lands. A flyer is also fine. I'm going to try it on the play. Also, I changed Gemstone Caverns because, well, Boseiju is at least green. Also, it's legendary, so it's not so great. Okay, let's keep this hand. Just Footfalls on turn 1 is kind of good enough. So I think that game could have been played better, less sloppy. We really played into that Tidebinder, that wasn't great. And there was no need to play that Subtlety. We could have won either way without playing it. So that wasn't great. That wasn't great at all. Here I'm fire icing that island. Turn 2 is so important for them with all the lords and like half of their deck is 2 mana. I don't think we can avoid playing islands like in general during the game. Usually this play is much better if you have a cascade card on the back. But I do think okay, we did draw Shardless Agent because we are awesome. But I think stifling their turn 2 is so valuable since half of their deck is 2 mana. Again, here should we wait so we can play Shardless Agent with Mystical Dispute up? I think we are going for it. They can only have a Force of Negation, is still a 2 for 1, even a 3, as I mentioned, it's a 3 for 1 because, well, Shardless Agent. So yeah, let's go like this. If they force this, well, we take 2 cards out of their hand, we have a 2-2 on the board, and we will have the Mystical Dispute up for when our Crashing Footfall comes out of suspend. Hey, that's the Subtlety we were playing around last game. So it's nice to confirm they do have it, they do play it. What is this? What is this? What is this? So Otawara is gonna be great, but it's also our second blue mana. Maybe I should have fetched a blue mana with the Stomping Ground. Unsure on that one. What is... Okay, that's a good draw. That's actually a great draw. Let's fire this. Keeping Mystical Dispute up. I'm going to Boseiju so we get the chance to Lorien Revealed later or to Otawara, whatever, depending on what we draw. And since, well, Boseiju is not at its best. Wow, I don't know how to talk, definitely. It's been a long day, I'm so tired. Okay, this really seems like the Tidebinder thing, and Mystical Dispute is just gonna be nasty here. Okay, I really hate having lost last game because I didn't think we could lose it, but this one is looking much better, that's for sure. They didn't have another Force of Negation, so we kind of got this one. Wow, am I even playing this? How, like, from here, if they have Engineer Explosives, we kind of lose. So let's just... I'm going to play the Otawara so we can Lorien Reveal next turn. And I'd rather lose my Violent Outburst to a counterspell than losing all my Rhino tokens to Engineer Explosives. I believe that's the choice here. So hey, here's 10 power on the board, you are mainly a Tutor deck, what are you going to do about it? That's our question. And again, we are going to play, but now we play the Violent Outburst. They may have another Tidebinder. I'm mixing it up. Focus. Yeah, we got it. 1-0. Let's try to get a 5-0. Just not asking for much. Okay, round 2, let's go. 1-0 in this league. Let's get a clean 5-0. That's hand sucks. No interaction, no cascade, no nothing. And we have no lands here. We should be mulliganing quite a lot with this deck. It's a pretty, like, you only need 3 lands and a cascade, or even like a mulligan to 5, that's 3 lands, 2 cascade cards, you are keeping that basically all the time. Let's throw away the Subtlety and the Brazen Borrower since we're going to need the extra cards, and Brazen Borrower is just medium depending on the matchup. Our opponent kept 7, must be nice. I guess Breeding Pool is the right one to get. I just love Breeding Pool as a card in general, so let's go. We may be doing the Fire Ice Your Land, Fire Ice Your Land thing, depending on what we play against. What is Flooded Strand stand for? Let's play the Gemstone Cavern, because if we pay 2 life for our land, our opponent may be like, hey, what's going on, right? Again, let's try to Is this going to be a mirror? If this is a Ketria Triome, I would assume it's a mirror. It may be a Beans deck. So Beans is the matchup that is not great for us. Okay, so this seems like a Beans deck. Let's try to... their turn 2, if this is a Cascade Beans, their turn 2 is not that important. So let's let them have it. What we really want is to stop their turn 3. That's the Fairy, that's Cascade into Beans. How this matchup works, my experience is you play your Rhinos, they kill all of them, and then later down the line they draw their whole deck and just die because you only have 4 threats in your whole deck. That is, they are the 4 Rhinos, and they can literally, well, kill all of them. Our opponent is Fire Ice in our land, so we cannot get the Cascade. Jokes on them, we do not have a Cascade card, unless we draw one now. Cold Shot not working because my computer froze. We are so back. Okay, let's Team Bends and we are going to actually Fire Ice them. Probably Fire Ice the green one, since we do not want them to play Beans from hand if possible. Okay, we did hit a Cascade there. I think we're cascading in this situation. I don't really care about playing around things. I just set this stop. I'm regretting it. So let's cascade. And we are going to have back-to-back Rhinos basically. The only good thing about this matchup for us is that usually the Rhinos get to resolve. Unless there's a Teferi involved, our Rhinos are not gonna be stopped on the stack. So they do have to spend real cards to answer them. If they don't have Beans on the board, that's good for us because they will run out of cards. The problem, and why this matchup is hard, is the moment they get a Beans in the play, they just have to kill all of our 4/4s, and between Teferi and everything, it's just like, it's too much. So Teferi will completely invalidate our plans. They can Leyline Binding that, then Teferi it back to hand. Like, there's so many things they can do, and in the end, it's just they go bigger than us, right? It's like we're playing a mid-range deck versus a bigger mid-range or controlling deck, and that's doom. What we can do is we can out tempo them. So yeah, like Cascade here, a Fire Ice there, keep going, a key Force of Negation at some point, and all of a sudden we are winning. Now we are so done. We are so doomed because that Teferi game, we cannot play our Cascade that's on the side. Yeah, suddenly like we were fine and suddenly we are losing. Here we are missing a card, we are already mulligan, remember that. Ketria Triome. Okay, at least we get to kill the Teferi and unlock our next Cascades. Best case scenario would have been here, hey, from my hand, my last 2 cards are land Cascade. It's not the case. Let's see how they answer now. If this turn is like medium, they don't go like Omnath. Yeah, they're not playing Bloodbraid Elf into Up the Beanstalk. Okay, that's a lot of cards that are gonna be coming our way. Yeah, it's not a great matchup. Alright, it's not great. Not great. We can fight it, we can try to win, and of course, hadn't we mulligan and with a better hand, maybe, but our hand was very, very poor. Okay, Tidebinder, something. Footfalls, Lorien Footfalls, not so great. If this is another Cascade, this is really gonna get out of hand very quickly. Very quickly. This is really, really bad for us. Solitude Fury, we are seeing all of their deck. Cosmic Rebirth. Okay, so this is kind of the Anurak version, so but more cascading rather than just. Okay, I think I think we are cycling this for an island. The problem here is we are gonna play Shardless, get a good board, and they're just going to go like Fury, Solitude, kill everything, you are done, and we are gonna be sad. Sad. Hey, I have 10 power on the board. What are you going to do about that, opponent? With only 4 cards in hand. Ha 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 ha. I wish. Like, maybe, had we had like an untapped land? Maybe, you know, because like now we could stifle a Solitude trigger or the Leyline Binding trigger so it doesn't kill our Rhino tokens, but now they're playing 1 mana, kill your thing, draw 2 cards. It's not something we can beat. That's the problem with this matchup, and this is the only reason to not play Rhinos, right? But if you go especially to a paper tournament, 4 colors is not really doing that great, and in general 4 colors is not great in Modern. Like it was too hyped at the beginning, and the deck is not winning that much. Like people are trying to make it work, and it's just not working the way people want it to, and that's why we're here. Okay, playing Rhinos. I think we are just playing our Tidebinder and killing their board, and then trying to attack the Fairy. This is not gonna work because they are going to have or another Leyline Binding or a Solitude, and we are gonna die, and go to a sideboard after this. Cast, destroy target artifact, deal 5 damage, so artifact, 5 damage. I could draw 2 here, but I think we need to get that Teferi off the board. So killing their 2 creatures and killing their Teferi is more or less equal to drawing 2 cards. But I do not expect Teferi to die. But having a clean board on front, maybe we can get one of our attackers through next turn. Wow, Fire Eyes. That one I didn't expect. I mean, at least we didn't lose the creature, but now if this is a Fury, I'm conceding the game. Okay, this is even worse than a Fury. If this is land Fury, I'm conceding. I'm not playing through this, I'm not making you watch. There's no way on earth. If this is okay. I mean, can I beat this? No. That's it. That's the whole sentence. Okay, enough. Enough. Canster 5566. What a name. Says General 19. Okay, so I guess Dispute is fine. Commandeers are maybe. Blue Moon and Magus are maybe nice. Do we want Force of Vigor against the enchantment deck, right? I do not think so. Also, Gemstone Cavern on the play. Let's always make this change, okay, on the play. I do not think Force of Vigor is gonna be good. Because the problem is, killing Leyline Binding doesn't really work because they will probably have exiled one of our Rhinos, right? Also, we don't have, like, we have a lot of cards to take out, but there are not that many. Like, Dead Gone is very bad, Fury is very bad, Fury is very medium, I would say. But the others are not, I don't really care. Do I want to try and kill, like, a couple of beans? Let's bring 1 instead of 1 Fury, it's gonna be better, I guess. Oh, alright. Ooh, my head is so shiny with this new light. So I changed the settings on my light to a more like neutral white light, and I was like I do not polish my bald head, but it looks like it. Okay, classic hand that, hey, we did board in Blood Moon because we are just a 3-color Temur deck, we can play with basics. But this hand really calls for a Triome, We will fetch it and step, and it's like, yeah, we are so done. Maybe we can Tishana's Tidebinder a lamb. Little Stifle action? What do you think? Are we gonna be so lucky? Whose cyborg is better in this matchup? I don't even know. Depends on our opponent's cyborg, I guess. Boseiju. I want to die. Boseiju, we did draw the Boseiju. Okay, I'm going for it. Like, what I'm going to do? Not play the Boseiju. Keep it in hand. Nah. Trying to get my Rhinos into play. Like, it's annoying for them. Unless they Dovin's Veto now. Dovin's Veto will be annoying for us. We had the instant speed cascade card. That's nice to help us play around things. Like, for example, we set go, they fetch, we try to play it, they do something, they play at the ferry, we play on the stack, and it's like, no, you get 2 Boseijus. The fault is ours. Like, nobody made me put the second Boseiju into my deck. It was just me, myself, and I. Commandeer me down to madre. Commandeer, what the actual fuck? We are so done. This is like when they Doughty back your Rhinos, but worse because we don't have Rhinos now? And we are dying? What on earth? Land? Blue land, maybe? Not a blue land. Okay, so upkeep. Let's try to Brazen Borrower one of them. Wow. Wow. We are getting destroyed. The way they tapped is very sus. But also it makes me think they do not have Dovin's Veto. Okay. One Rhino less. Just 3 more. 1 more to go. Lorien Triome is good. That means no Obnath. Can we get an island? Just a regular island. So I can play Brazen Borrower with Mystical Dispute up. No, we cannot. Again, let's go for the upkeep play. I could have gone Violent Outburst, but taking 2 damage to have it counter, yeah, not really what I wanted. If we respawn, we can really kill this Rhino token. Okay. At least we are not dead. Step 1 of getting back into this game, not dying. Lavinia, Sorius, Renegade. Do we care about that one? Not really. This is fine. Pass the turn. We can take 2. Like, I may even draw 2 with the Flame of Anor and ignore Lavinia. I understand why you would bring in Lavinia. It just seems a bit not so great. But I guess, like, if they go turn 2 Lavinia, we do not have the Fire Eyes. That would be annoying. That Stomping Ground, we really needed Stomping Ground to be an island. Do I want to draw 2? Or what do I want to do? I want to kill Lavinia. Maybe. Okay, let's try and kill it. We need to use our mana here. We could like play Tidebinder, try to trade. Not what I wanted. I'm going to pass the turn here. There's no real reason to do anything. Our opponent really seems to not have any counter magic. So maybe we are fine like this. Do we want to risk playing a Violent Outburst here into another Commandeer? Yeah, there's no much we can do. This is another Commandeer. We are so done. But I don't know what else to do. I think... Oh, they don't have it? What do they have? If that wasn't a Commandeer, what do they have? Like, I guess a bunch of removals. Of course, but... Like, that one? We're going to Tishana's Tidebinder that trigger. This is awesome. I love Tishana's Tide... Like, Tidebinder is very nice. I really like the card. Stifle is a very fun magic effect. So, let me say this seriously, okay? Stifle is a cool effect that I really think rewards good technical play. The problem with Stifle, generally, is that it's way too cheap. The card Stifle, right? So making it 3 mana, it means like, for example, like if you want to keep 3 mana up to kill my fetch land when I fetch, that can be fine. Of course, you get a 3/2, which is very relevant. 3/2 is a very relevant body. But, you know, it's not the same as, like, 1 mana kill your land, right? It's also so easy to keep 1 mana up, but it's not so easy to keep, well, 3, as I mentioned. I think we are going this route, because that subtlety, we really need to draw an island, but if we actually do, subtlety and Brazen Borrower are really gonna be our way to win this game. Okay, there it is. So we are just gonna play a 3 power creature for the next 3 turns. Hopefully one of them, like the subtlety, is gonna get something, like a Solitude, for example. Subtlety in Fury, not so great. Subtlety. Okay, we are gonna play this with that on the stack, so they cannot put it back on top again. Right? So we do it with the Cascade Trigger on the stack. If they put it on top, they will send it to a bottom. If they put it on the bottom, it's on the bottom. But they can draw now, but we get the pressure. Okay, they get the Shardless Agent. Wow. That Shardless is gonna be annoying. No, don't have the Leyline Binding on top of it. Shit. Okay, can we draw a Cascade now? I think we kind of deserve it. I think we're attacking here, are we? They have to attack us 3 times. We have to attack them 4 times, but we are going to have a race. Okay, they play this fine. Let's just play Brazen Borrower back to back. This is a Teferi. This is a Solitude. This is an Omnath. We are getting destroyed. Like, for a moment, I thought we had it. Like, we were coming back into this game. But now I don't think so. Omnath is the real reason to have Fury in our deck, but you don't want to evoke Fury to kill an Omnath. You really want to hardcast it, and we don't have that many lands. We can hardcast Fury, but we don't have that many lands. Speaking of lands, do we want to cycle Lorien Revealed? I don't think so. Then again, we kind of need to draw a Fury. Yeah, I changed my mind. We are gonna cycle. Change my mind. Like, we are not going to have time to play Lorien Revealed, to hardcast it. So let's try and get a Fury or some kind of answer for that Omnath. But we are so dead. Okay, all the Furies are out of the deck. I did bring that. Okay, we are dead. I'm going to concede with that on the stack. I don't want to see it. Next game. We are back. So was I tilted after that last game? Yes. Am I going to let that affect my play in this new round? Also yes. So let's go. Was this Hannah mulligan? Also probably yes, but I don't like to mulligan hands of Magic. Is this another Merfolk deck? Are we playing against Merfolk twice in a league? No way. Like, no way. Merfolk. I cannot believe it. Like, it can only be Merfolk. But playing... How is this possible? How are we getting 2 Merfolk opponents in one league? Is this... I really like this island, by the way. It's pretty cool. From a drain? Huh? I like it. Okay, let's see what they name. Maybe it's not Merfolk. Maybe it's like another deck. Oh, it's totally Merfolk. I can't believe it. Truly, I'm in complete disbelief here. How are we playing against another Merfolk deck in 2023 year of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Let's kill that on site. So Lords are just so annoying. They make their whole deck so much better. And Merfolk, I feel like I've been talking about Merfolk a lot. So okay, I mean, I do feel like we're a Fury deck. Merfolk should be a fine pairing, so we get a lot of Merfolks. Maybe we will 4-1. 4-1 is like a very decent result, right? Like you 4-1 all of your leagues, you're doing very great. 3-2 is that kind of like, oof, I got away with it, especially if you start with an early loss. But nobody's playing leagues to get a 3-2 all the time. And the 5-0, like, I don't know what it is because I've never gotten a 5-0 in my whole life. So I don't know what you're talking about when you talk about doing a 5-0. So remember, they are most probably playing Tishana's Tidebinder. Let's try to play around it. My computer is lagging so much. Let's say that my computer is very old and playing Magic Online while recording, not great. But it's just all for you. For the content, for the viewers. Let's see if they get this up to 3, because I may just Brazen Borrower it. No 3. Let's Borrower it end step and then cycle Lorien Revealed for a land and then have Violent Outburst plus Mystical Dispute. Because I really think there's Tishana's Tidebinder coming. What we could do also... Wow, Resound of Hand. Okay, change of plans. Since we do believe there's a Tishana's Tidebinder in our future, let's cycle this and bait them into playing it. Come to me. If they do not counter it, we're fine. We now do the Brazen Borrower play. Because they could have the new Lord, the Flash Lord, so they could like flash the Lord and use the Resound Dog Hand as a Force Spike. So if we go if next turn we go Violent Outburst plus Dispute and they have the Lord, that could happen. So let's see what happens now. But I like that we already have our 4th land in hand. And okay, now I'm so happy. Of course, we are doing this in their upkeep because, well, classic Magic. You go to your opponent's upkeep, so they spend mana there, and they don't have it available for the turn. This is pretty basic stuff. I expect everybody watching this to already know these kind of things, but if you don't know, well, welcome. Subscribe to learn more things about Magic or something like that. Definitely this is a place where you can learn how to play correctly or something. Tishana's Tidebinder? Come for me, bro. Come at me. There it is. There it is. There it is. Cavern of Souls is a card that exists. Okay, so this is fine because our opponent messed up because they didn't counter the Cascade trigger, but also I just realized there's a Cavern of Souls and we could have... I don't know what's going on, I don't know what's happening, but if we wanted to play around Tishana's Tidebinder, we should totally have played... I did say the tilt from last game was gonna affect my game, so you were warned. But never punished. Okay, I may play badly, but I will never be punished for it. What is this? Force? There's nothing. We did zero thing wrongs. So everything was perfectly played, expertly played, I would say. And I have no complaints about this. Okay, let's tied this up. We need to play tighter, okay? We are playing loosey-goosey, and also we are drawing a lot of cascades. We have some expertise doing that. I did have a hand today with four footfalls in hand. You can see it in my Twitter account yesterday. Okay, so it's today, but you will watch this tomorrow. You know, the time traveling magic of YouTube. If I move too much the hands, like, it's not great for the camera. Doesn't like it. Also, this is out of frames. I'm learning. What am I learning? Who knows? Ooh. I need to save. Merfolk, Creature Spell, Uncontrollable. Cavern of Souls is a card, I tend to forget it. It's been so long since Cavern of Souls has been a real player in Modern. No wonder they release it in Pioneer. Instead, we are hardcasting Brazen Borrower, I guess. Not that there's an alternate casting cost. Can we draw a land to play Fury? Or are we going to get Rusadan Dockhand? Will we Tidebinder if they activate Dockhand? Will we? I'm not sure. What is this? Okay. Okay, so now we cannot get Dockhanded. That's pretty fine. So, land? Maybe? That's indestructible, that's annoying. And those have ward, that's also annoying. Everything is annoying right now. What a nuisance, right? What do we do? What do we do? We attack for 3 in the air. That's the only reasonable answer. We also suspend a Crashing Footfalls. I say that's a sensible play to make. I'm in complete fear, so this is the second time I record. And what if I didn't play against this matchup in this league? And I'm talking about playing against Merfolk again, and it was in another video that I never released because I did the classic, hey, I'm recording but no mic on and something. You know, happens a lot if you do this kind of content. Attack. We are going to play the Tidebinder to counter that trigger. They may have their own Tidebinder, of course. We still get the 3-2 and we have a great board. Oh, we should have fetch to bait their Tidebinder. So we fetch, they play it, and then we Tidebinder the trigger, and Svelum loses the ability. Yeah, I think that was the play. Again, they're punished. Also, there was a real chance our opponent didn't have Tidebinder because, well, they didn't play it before. We're not even blocking, I don't think we care. Like, I could double block and trade, but I don't care, I just want to attack back. I will Fury their board and attack back. That's a lot of counters on our cascades. What do you have, opponent? You are drawing a card? Or that's fine. Completely fine. Really, it's fine. Waiting for the worms. Oh wow, they did have another vial. We bounced that to their hand like a million years ago. Okay, what else do you have for me? Like, I really want these leagues to be like fast paced and everything, but my opponents, what's going on? Why do they have priority? Okay, so they're tapping. Oh wow, Minamo and tap Svelum. That's what they were thinking about. Okay, that's pretty cool. Are we gonna get our land tap here in the upkeep with Rusadan Dockhand? That's something that may happen. Doesn't seem so. So let's play Fury, kill a bunch of things, mainly the Lord and the Dog Hand, and go from there. This will be lethal, very lethal. And let's promise ourselves that we are gonna play the next game better, at least cleaner. This wasn't clean. This was very sloppy and badly played. Tishana's Tidebinder, like, Stifle is great, as I was mentioning, but the part that it suddenly kills all the ability on the permanent, what's going on with that? Like, why? What was your goal with that choice, right? Okay, easy win. Boseiju. Boseiju, huh? It's just a forest, huh? Motherfucker. It really did come back to bite us, that game. Okay, let's go just like this. This is the perfect encapsulation of what we are looking at hand, right? Cheap early plays, good mana, and a cascade card. Lorien Revealed even to refill later down the game, so yeah, perfect. Okay. So if we are ever to draw a Crashing Footfalls, it can be on the first turn of the game. That's fine. Like, this is totally fine. Suspending this now, zero complaints. I will not complain about this. But if we drew more, if we were to draw more rhinos, then I will complain. Yeah. Dice Saber. Okay, I have an island now. And a question. It's more a suggestion, I guess, than a question. Do I want to kill that thing? And an island. Probably yes. I just like killing stuff, right? Like, this is a creature deck. How are we losing if we just go like kill everything? Well, they will outmuscle us with their good cards like Svelum and all the lords. That's true. But we do have a cascade card in hand. That's gonna be awesome next turn. Perfect. If this is everything you have for me, I'm very happy. So that's a forest, an island now. It doesn't really look like one. You could be fooled, but if I tap it, I believe it will add blue mana. Luckily, we did have more lands in hand, so let's play our Shardless. And as always, Shardless versus Force of Negation, we like those odds. Let's not play an island here, because why would we? We're taking a lot of damage from our lands. We're at 14. I mean, we are doing fine, perfectly fine. Do you have the Force of Negation? I imagine since you kept a hat with no turn 1 play and no lords or wood. Why? So no Force of Negation, no relevant plays like turn 2 Tide Saber. That's not a relevant play. I would argue that in this matchup where I'm playing blue and islands, you should play Tide Saber turn 1, especially if you have a backup one. So you go like turn 1, play a 1/1 that's gonna be a 2/2 for 1. Turn 2, wow, I'm enlightened now. This is awesome. Yes, I can feel it. I can feel the enlightenment. Oh no, shit, now I'm normal again. I know I mentioned this before, but I find myself extremely funny. Amusing. Attacking. Am I going to Mystical Dispute this? Totally going to Mystical Dispute this. Attacking for 10, then playing another Rhinos, then drawing with Lorien Revealed. Just living that Rhino life. My beard grows like until here, so if I let it grow, it's like a mask. Do I want a mask in my life? I don't think so. Not a hair mask that way. Oh, a land. What do you have now? It's a bit too late. I mean, they can, if it's a Tishana's Tidebinder, which has been like the card of this league, which is pretty cool because it's the new card we wanted to showcase. I should stop doing this, but it's just so funny how my hand blubbles away. If this is a Tidebinder, Tidesaper is dead. This is a Tishana's Tidebinder. That would be a very good play on their part. If it's not, if it's just like hardcast Force of Negation or whatever other counter they have, we don't really care. Do something. Oh, okay, that's Force of Negation exiling a card, which suggests to me there's a counter spell coming. We're going to attack for 8 and play Lorien Revealed. Are we going to play Lorien Revealed? Or are we... No, this is Dismember? Like, playing Dismember against a Rhino, it's always like, you're taking 4 to kill a 4/4, right? It's never great. Okay, this is something. A blocker? That's a 1/1 against my 4/4 Trampler. I don't think that's going to block. There's no need to play Lorien Revealed here. Let's keep Tidebinder and Otawara up. Mainly Tidebinder, so Tidebinder plus draw is probably our next play, and then Otawara the blocker and trample over with the Rhino. Mutable, sure. And Master. No. Let's draw, see what we draw, and yeah, and a Tidebinder. Tidebinder is actually fine because they have a 4/4 mutable and we can stifle it. We're just stifling left and right today. I cannot stifle that because up to 1, so it seemed like I put it on the stack, but it's not really what happened. Well, I did put it on the stack, I guess. Okay, let's win the game. Let's win the game. They are going to try to activate the mutable to block with their 4/4. We are going to stifle that ability and they will have to throw their lords away. They need to block both, so they will lose both their creatures, and we will have a Rhino alive and a 3/2. This is pretty great. Stifle that shit. I can see why this deck is so good right now. Yeah, I can feel the power. Tidebinder, huh? What a card. Okay. You're gonna want to block the Rhino too? Maybe you don't? And we just go to an S1. Okay. I'm going to play a land and pass the turn after this. And be winning, I guess. Sure. Okay. How am I like talking through my plays and thinking and everything and still be 4 minutes ahead of my opponent on clock? People do play faster, Magic Online, please. Everything is so slow. Play faster. Just like play. Do plays. You can think about them, of course, but like... Okay, awesome. Stop complaining and let's go to the next one. Wow, so much light now. Round 4. I mean, we're kind of cruising through this league, but the deck we are playing is designed for that. Ooh, no Cascade card, but we have cheap interaction and a Tidebinder that could be very awesome. And Lorien Revealed to draw cards, I really like it. So let's keep this hand and try to draw one. We did mention that not having a Cascade on turn 3 is not great, basically. Because, well, that's like your whole plan, right? Cascading. Drawing another land, not too great. Being on the play, Tidebinder can really hit a fetch land. That's awesome, actually. I really hope this is... Wow, is this the mirror? This is totally gonna be the mirror. Yeah, this is totally gonna be the mirror. This is the mirror and we are going to get Fire Iced out of this game. Don't like it. I don't like it. Don't like it any more than you do. Yeah, there's the Fire Ice. Can we draw our Fire Ice? Please? Fire Ice. Fire Ice. Almost. Almost got there. Okay, so this is highly problematic for us because they are going to play their Cascade and we are not. And we are going to get got. Yeah. Let's fetch now. They are totally going to play a Cascade. I could make it seem I could represent a counterspell and say, hey, maybe I'm Temur mid-range, not Rhinos. But this is totally the mirror. And when you're playing the mirror and you see similar cards to the ones you're playing, I at least tend to assume like it's the mirror faster than maybe I should. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense. I want to kill this, play Tidebinder and Flame of Anor later. I can't wait, I guess. Would be awesome if our opponent tries to Violent Outburst now and we get to Tidebinder that. That would be pretty neat. No? No. I'm going to do this. I don't love it. But I don't want to take 10. Okay, let's play Tidebinder here. Just to unlock a Flame of Anor with 2 modes. What do we want to draw the most? I have no idea actually. Huh. Oh, wow, that's a good one. That's quite a good one. Am I attacking into a Violent Outburst? You know, the thing is, if they do have a Violent Outburst, we are kind of dead anyway, regardless. So maybe attack. Maybe attacking is fine. No Violent Outburst. Okay. In their upkeep, I will try to Flame of Anor and Brazen Borrower. That is fine. If they fetch, I will Borrower, try to bait. Okay. Try to bait the Force of Negation. There it is. It is fine. Now let's kill and draw 2 cards. We draw 2, we kill that. And let's try to draw another Cascade. The first one, and a Fury. Okay, another Brazen Borrower. I mean, not bad at all. Could be way worse, right? So we are at 10, going down to 6. Our opponent's at 13. That's not a lot. Cascade here? Cascade? Come on. Okay, that's fine. That's very fine. Actually, that's actually great. We are kind of ahead because unless our opponent drew something this turn, probably don't have much. So we can go like Brazy B into Force of Negation. Sure, Tidebinder is fine. Let me try and get this now. If they have another Force of Negation, it would be awesome actually. There it is. But now I have this. And please don't let your last card be a Mystical Dispute. What did they decide last time? A Lorien Revealed. Okay, so we're at 6. This is a 3-2. Not great. But it's a 3-2 that is very fragile, right? dice to anything in our deck. So let's try and get something to kill it. I still would love to draw a Shardless Agent, but my opponent drew their Shardless Agent. Shit. Okay, let's draw ours now. It's only fair. I think it would be very fair to draw Shardless Agent here. Shardless Agent. Shardless. Kick ass. We really needed there. Like, we needed the deck to deliver here. We saw 0 cascade spells. That's like 0 is a low number. We did keep a 0 cascade spell hand. Yes. We could have mulligan. Yes. But our hand wasn't that crazy. But in the mirror, there are no excuses. In the mirror, you need the cascade hand. So what do I like in the mirror? Probably Commandeer. Like, stealing Rhinos seems fine. I think Fire Ice is very important to just stop the cascade. Same way Mystical Dispute is important, and Fury is just the 60th card. Let's go. Okay, we're on the play in the mirror. Let's just get a great hand. That's totally not it. Right? It would be keepable with a cascade, I think. Without cascade, nah. Okay, this is the hand. This is the hand. The hand. Yeah, like, we're going to play cascade into cascade spell into cascade spell into cascade. 3 cascades in a row. Let's go, let's go. Let's just do the easy thing. We can get I would say Fire Ice, like we did the last game, but still we are just going to play all the cascades. I'm unsure if I should have brought Endurances in this matchup, just to go. Okay, this is perfect. So the reason to think about Endurance is to recycle your Rhinos. So the idea is I play all my Rhinos, you play all your Rhinos, then I Endurance myself, and I keep playing cascade spells into more Rhinos. So like I kind of have more Rhinos than you in the deck. I do not think that's needed, but I'm not an expert. What do you guys think? This is the time. Just leave a comment, tell me, hey, you really messed up this cyborg. You should have done this or that. I just want to learn. I'm pretty sure you chat are so knowledgeable. Okay. First one. Do you have... This is basically Force of Negation check. This seems like a Force of Negation to me. Wow, we saw a lot of our deck. 45 cards out of 49? Did we see 45 cards? What on earth? They aside a Shardless Agent, so they probably have at least another one in hand. And this is what we've been talking about, right? The Force of Negation, our Shardless Agent. Well, now we have a 2/2 on board. Okay, the only reason to... I don't understand this play. If you're playing around Force of Negation, like now I can hardcast it from my hand. The other way around, they could... If they had played... What I'm saying is, if they play the Shardless Agent rather than the Violent Outburst, okay, they may not have another blue card. That's the whole thing here that I'm ignoring. They may not have an extra blue card. So yeah, do you have an extra blue card and an extra Force of Negation? Or are we in a standstill of Rhinoceros? We do have extra 2/2s, which will end up being the difference probably. Like now if they attack, we go Rhino, have 2/2s. The risk of double blocking with Shardless, of course, is that what if our Rhino dies? What if they have a removal for one of the Shardless? Let's go like this. Now we have 2/2s. This sounds like another Violent Outburst. Okay, we don't need to play our Violent Outburst in the upkeep. If we only had one more Rhinos in the deck, we would totally play it in the upkeep so we don't draw it. Drawing a land here would also be nice to start unlocking this mystical... Okay, there's the Rhinos. I think we have to play this first. Now, this is the reason, this is what I mentioned, right? We do not have more Rhinos in our deck. We will really like to have an endurance to shuffle these Rhinos back, so every other Cascade card we draw is live. But I'm not sure, so really, just let me know what you think. Call for action, yeah. Okay. I feel fine unless this is a Fury. This is a Fury coming. I do not feel fine at all. This is not a... Damn it. Okay, so what? I mean, double block one Rhino, block the other, Flame of Anor, that Fury. We're doing fine. Could be way worse. And that's the difference, right? Like, now our double Shardless Agent is trading for a Rhino because they only went with Violent Outburst. Not by choice, probably. But we're feeling not so bad here. A land, so we can suspend the Rhinos, will be fine. Okay, there it is. So let's do this. Unless Flame of Anor, that Fury. We will love to draw cards with Flame of Anor, yada. But I think killing this is paramount. Okay. So, opponent, you have the first go. They have more lands and a Fiery Islet as extra redraws. We have one Rhinos in exile waiting. Okay, I like seeing that. I wouldn't like seeing a Shardless now. But if... Wow, okay, wow. We are something. That was like the worst draw in our whole deck. Totally fine. We got this. Let's just keep going. So now we just need time until our Rhinos come. We'll probably draw 2. Okay, they are exiling their own Rhinos. Let's draw 2 here and try to find more action. What's action? Probably counter spells. Now we just want to protect our Cascades, our Rhinos, sorry, and counter theirs. They have 1, 2, and they have the other one inside. That's 3 in total. Wow, I'm a moron. I have the Mystical Dispute and I just mistapped. I don't know why I think I... Sometimes I'm just thinking about making a silly joke and then I miss the chance to make a normal great play. Don't do that, kids. Okay. Also, like, there's a world where you go like, hey, I really want to keep my counter spells for, you know, Rhinos and protecting them. I think we are playing Brazen Borrower. Wait. No, that one was exiled. I was tripping for a second. Okay. I think countering this 2 for 1. So Subtlety is a 2 for 1. Like, if you are doubting it, it's totally a 2 for 1. So countering card advantage is fine, the same way our opponent did. Does this resolve now? No, it's one more turn. This is dead. Dead gone? I don't like keeping dead gone in the deck, but I have no idea how to play the mirror. Oh, that's a card. Usually it's like you want it to, well, stop Furies, and a Fury has already been cast. But yeah, problem here, we have nothing to do with our mana. So do we want to play a Subtlety? I don't think so. Does our opponent have another... Does our opponent have another counterspell? We do have 3 Furies left in our deck. That's a lot of Furies. In a perfect world, our opponent just dies to these Rhinos, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. Since they have... It's only 2 turns and we have no counter spells for them. And they still have 1 more Rhinos in their deck. So that may be very annoying. Yeah, so this is what I was thinking. Oh yeah, they kill a Rhino, I still have another one. You spend a whole card on that. What? Why do you want that in the mirror? I don't know. Maybe their version doesn't have better cards to play. Do we want to Subtlety now, or are we still respecting a possible Fury? They didn't have it. They may have it next turn. I think we are not respecting it. They also may have their own Subtlety here. That would be very, very annoying. This is so weird because we want to draw our Furies, but we also need more mana for that. And we have this dead card in hand that is the Violent Outburst. Our opponent has 2 cards. I have no idea what they may be. This Force of Negation was a great draw. So ideally, we had a 5th land so we could tap something and then Force of Negation. But, well, this is not the ideal world. So as I mentioned, I'm scared of Fury, that's why I would like to Fire Ice something. Okay, that's fine. If that's what they had in hand, totally fine. Let's Force of Negation this and hope there's no answer. I will feel ahead if we get to resolve this Force of Negation. I mean, our opponent has spent some counters already, but they may have another one. I don't want to look. Come on, don't have it. That's already 2 Force of Negations, that's not so many, and zero Mystical Disputes, so this is going to be a Mystical Dispute. No, this is another Force of Negation. A Flame of Anor? Just to draw 2. Okay. Now it has to be... Yes. Okay, now we are feeling great. So now our opponent is tapped out. Well, not tapped out because they found a land. Okay, 5th land. That's not so bad, since we will need that to draw Furies and Lorien Reveals and whatnot. Let's just get a tapped Stomping Ground. I'm fetching here just in case they may have a Tishana's Tidebinder. I do think they have a Violent Outburst. Oh, no? So they fetch to just F6, I believe? And we are not going to Fire Ice, since they... Like, we could Fire Ice a land, but they have already 3 red and 6 lands. So no need to. We maybe could have Violent Outburst to get through some more damage. Gemstone Cavern, alright. Fury? Okay, annoying. So are we going face with this Fire Ice? We need 2 turns, 2 attacks. Okay, let's take our turn. There's no reason to go Fire Ice in anything here. I think I look too much at myself while I'm recording. And I should focus on the board. Okay. I think... I'm not sure if we are going to want to tap that Fury. We can see how our opponent sideboarded. How did they manage to keep Dead Gone in the deck? What did they take out? Maybe they didn't sideboard at all. Like, they just were like, yeah... There's no card here that is not a sideboard card, right? That is actually a sideboard card. It's not a main deck card. So maybe they didn't sideboard. It's not like there are great cards for the sideboard. I'm thinking Endurance has to come in. At least 1 or 2, right? Maybe not all of them, but some number. Why didn't I play the land? Great questions. Okay, so they only have 2 cards in hand. and a million lands. They ended up really flooding out. This is like... That's annoying. That's annoying for sure. They have played a bunch of Fire Ices, already 3. They may have... I mean, they may have the 4th one for all we know. But also they may have not. Right now I'm really regretting not having played this Violent Outburst when we had 2 creatures. Because it would have totally made a difference. Oh no, is this the last Rhinos? Tishana's Tidebinder. Okay, that's fine. I think we are just upkeep, tap your Fury. Yeah, so those 2 damage we didn't take because we didn't play the Violent Outburst are really going to come back to bite us, I think. Lorien Revealed, and we didn't play this Misty Rainforest. I mean, we still have good draws, like another Fire Ice of course is lethal, another Violent Outburst is lethal. So that's 4 cards in our deck. Fury will be very nice. Okay, that's the last Rhinos for them. Something? We need something, that's for sure. That's not what we needed. That's also certain. Fire Ice. Fire Ice. Fire Ice. Fire Ice. Okay, let's go for it. Let's attack and try to kill them. I'm imagining our opponent has nothing, right? Like if they have this is something. This is indeed something. It's not only something, but it's killing us. Shit. We are dead now. We could have won this game. We could have totally won this game. And we lost it. In many ways, like this Misty Rainforest had been in play, we could have fetched, will be a 4. So now we could at least Fury this and take another draw. Fury, Fire Ice that and take another draw. If we had played that Violent Outburst when we had the chance, we would have won. Oh my god, we had so many chances to win this game. Shit. Okay, let's try to beat somebody that is not Merfolk. Let's do this. Yeah, Control Thick, TTB. Yeah, we got this. Okay, perfect hand. Perfect hand. Turn 1 suspend Footfalls, then we will cycle and or maybe use the Lorien Revealed, maybe use the Fire Ice. Yeah, so we are learning in this league that I should play tighter and that playing while you talk is not easy. Just takes a lot of bandwidth. I need to get used to that. But we're getting better together as a team, right? This is a collaborative effort between you and me. We're killing this now. No need to let them untap. Oh, what if they have one? What if you kill it when attacking so they cannot dash a new one? What I don't want them is to have a Spell Pierce and humiliate me. Force of Negation on the other hand, that's perfectly fine. So this matchup, I'm assuming is blue-red Murktide of some flavor, maybe with some green or whatever. I used to like playing it from the Murktide side. I played a lot of Murktide in my life when we played 4 Ledger Shredders. So Ledger Shredder is awesome, and playing it in this matchup made this matchup a lot better. I'm so wide with this light. It's so close. Is the one on top of my head? Whatever. Hello. Wow, that's a lot of 1/1s, X1s. Wow. Okay, now we are Violent Outbursting here. If they have another Force of Negation, they lose the whole hand. That's fine. That's very acceptable. No land, so they are far away from the Delirium. Why are we revealing like 40 cards? It's time we cascade. That's crazy. Okay. Upkeep Lightning Bolt. Who? Lightning Bolt the Rhino token. Just to have okay, just to reach for the Lyrium because they only needed the land to get the Lyrium. Okay, that's fine. Can we win this race? We are being attacked for 6, we will attack for 8 in the crackback. Not gonna be an easy one, that's a lot of damage we are taking. This was actually a very good draw. So drawing this is gonna probably make the difference. But also, like, why did our opponent Lightning Bolt the Rhino rather than Lightning Bolting us? I'm not sure about that one. We will have had to Force of Negation it if they Lightning Bolted us. We will negate the next Lightning Bolt, and I think now we can win, right? We attack for 8 here, and next turn we attack for 16, and they only have 1 red mana, so I think we're fine unless they have Lightning Bolt plus Spell Pierce. We should be fine. That's Lightning Bolt. I'm totally trying to do this now. If you have the Spell Pierce, show it to me, but they didn't counter our Rhinos last turn, so I'm pretty confident this should resolve and we should win from here. There's a world where you are like, hey, you should let them resolve the Scry trigger first, the Surveil trigger first, so they have less information when they do it. But the information is like, are they dead or am I dead? So it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Okay, we got the win. Blue-red Murktide. So, as we have been doing, let's change this. Let's bring in the Fury. I think Fury is very good. And let's bring Endurances, be a more mid-range deck. I don't like Force of Negation. I don't like 2-for-1s, like, against myself. And Brazen Borrower is fine. Tishana's Tidebinder seems actually very medium minus in this matchup. So yeah, let's go like this. Last one, let's get that 3-2, right? That, like, honorable 3-2, it's at least something. Let's get it. Okay, this is a perfect hand. We have Answer for Ragavan. I have said this is a perfect hand many times. We are losing a lot regardless. So let's try to play better. That's the whole answer here. It's still actually a perfect hand. Fury, it's awesome. Okay, yeah. Having an answer for the early creature so you don't get run over, that's so important. Having backup cascades against this deck is also so important. Like, it's so easy for them to counter your first one. So basically your game plan a lot of times is like, hey, one and another, and don't let them get the pressure on. So if you can really get this going, like kill a couple of things, like play bait with an endurance here, play another thing there. So the problem when Murktide used to play Ledger Shredder was that Shredder just dominated the board. It grew really fast. Like you basically have to trigger it if you want to win the game because you are a Cascade deck and Cascade triggers a Ledger Shredder. So yeah, that wasn't great at all. Here we are looking for a Triumph, fix our colors, and then as I was saying, let's just go for the end step endurance probably. Are we scared? We are not really scared of Murktide because we have a Dead Gone to bounce it back. They could have a Force of Negation for that, but we're fine. It will be a 6-6 Murktide. 6-6 is very important since Fury is our best way of killing a Murktide. This seems like a counterspell. So, as mentioned, we are going to play Endurance in their upkeep. If they counter it, nice. If they don't counter it, they lose their graveyard. and from then on playing is easier for us since there's no fear of Murktide or even like Unholy Hit with Delirium. Okay, this resolved very fast actually. There's the Unholy Hit, but now like there's no Murktide in our way. There hasn't been any Ragavan. It could be now one, like a dash one. Okay, I'm liking this. Now, let's talk about Shardless Agent and Cascades in this game. We mentioned many times, right? When you cascade with a Shardless Agent, at least you get a 2-2. Awesome. In this matchup, what is especially important about that is that the 2-2 blocks Ragavan. So don't be afraid to just play your Shardless Agent. Do they have counter magic up? Sure. Then they cannot attack you with Ragavan and you're doing fine. Okay, so drawing our utility lands that we would like to have later to prevent flooding, never great. But the reason we play them is, well, they are lands. So yeah. Okay, Spell Pierce is fine. As mentioned, this is something we don't really mind, since now this 2-2 is a relevant body as the monkey. I have even considered taking out monkeys in this matchup when I play Murktide, especially on the draw, but also like going with a monkey first, it's really important. Expressive iteration can vary us in card advantage. That's never a great position to be in. Iteration into iteration, that's annoying. But now we may be able to resolve Footfalls, and we will be attacking for 2. Flusterstorm, wow, okay. Wow, I would really like to. So they saw 6 cards, and the 2 cards they chose were, on the one hand, Iteration and then Flusterstorm. Very interested to know what were the other cards they saw. If they have Force of Negation, so be it. They were really representing Counterspell a couple turns ago, and then they had the Spell Pierce, so that was fine. But let's see what they have now. And we're attacking for 3. All of 3 damage. Like this or like this? What do you think? Wow, that reference to that very obscure movie who nobody has ever seen, Inglourious Basterds. Okay, another iteration, yeah. So we don't want to see engineering explosives here. It's probably one coming. They have seen like so many cards in their deck. Okay, you can crack that. That's fine. So I mentioned not liking Tishana's Tidebinder, but it's probably fine against explosives. The problem is explosives is quite cheap, and they control when they activate it, of course. So you are playing their game of when they have mana up, when you have mana up. I don't love it. Does this Rhinos enter now? No. Oh, I'm very bad at keeping track. Are you breaking it now? Okay, in this new world of Tidebinder, I don't think this is correct. Like, if you are waiting, you wait for a reason. But to do it in my upkeep, when the answer I can have is the Tidebinder, even if you have a counter spell, I don't think there's a need for that. We are going to play Fury as a 6/6 because it's half of our opponent's life. I do not love letting them use a counter spell very easily here, but I was going to say they do not have Delirium, but they do with that Polluted Delta. We need what the reason to play Fury is we have a second one if we need it, and also we kind of need to use our mana and affect the board. I still believe our opponent has a counterspell. There's no reason to think otherwise. They have been very thorough, not thorough, that's not the word I'm looking for. They have been very careful on leaving 2 mana up almost at all times, when it was relevant at least. So let's see. One cute play I think we can do. No, I said nothing. I said nothing. I thought we could bounce our own Shardless, and that's not the case. Okay, let's go to their upkeep and use Dead Gone there. I think that's the play. They will probably counterspell it, as we've mentioned, and then we will need another answer. I don't love this situation right now. Murktide is the easiest way to lose, and one of the reasons to not play the Otawara and just keep it in hand. But I think it was fine playing it when we did. Oh, surprise, counterspell. Doesn't make me happier knowing they have it. At least this is not a 2-turn clock, that's pretty nice, unless they have a lightning bolt or we play endurance on them and they grow the Murktide. Okay, that is fine. Are we going for the Fury here? Probably because they have to counter these Rhinos. Or not. I'm going to try to Fury that. Now, not now. I'm going to attack first. So if they do have a counterspell they decided not to play because maybe they have more engineer explosives, that would be a reason not to play it, I guess. So we don't want them to get Delirium, that's the whole thing, right? Okay. I do believe if they had a counterspell they would have played, and it was like probably the right play for them to do so, since filling the graveyard and trying to trigger for Delirium is the difference between having lethal on board or not having it. So let's try to resolve this Fury. Maybe they had like a bunch of soft counters, not a bunch. Like if you had 2 Spell Pierce, would you play them there? I think I would play them because like Spell Pierce pay 2, Spell Pierce pay 2, all of the sudden it's like maybe I found a sorcery. That's a Subtlety. Alright. So we cannot... We are dying so badly. We're gonna put this on the bottom because we need an answer for Murktide Regent. We kind of need them to attack here. So let them attack and try to endurance mid-combat. Go to 1 life and win on the crackback. Like we could have tried to endurance on our own step, but I don't think that would have played out right for us. Because then they know they in the first place they do not have to attack with Dragon Race Channeler. Shit. Alright. Now what? Do we endurance now? So maybe like if they do hit a spell with Dragon Race Channeler and we endurance, we are dead. So I have to do it now. And die. I don't love this situation, that's for sure. No, we die anyway. We die regardless because we don't have the Rhino to block. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, I was thinking like we had the Rhinos to block, right? The downright channeler and everything. Okay, we're on the play now. Wait, did I take the Gemstone Cavern out when I was on the draw? Oh my god, it's so late. I'm playing so badly right now. But I don't want to miss a video and I do not have one ready for tomorrow, so I have to record this. Yeah, this is a fine hand. That last game, I did mention the having the perfect hand thing, which of course no hand is perfect against Murktide. That's kind of why the deck used to be good at least. But now endurance is very nice against all the DRCs and stuff, and early endurances help us keep Murktide in check, so that's always fine. if I do this? No. Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. What is this? DRC. Fine. Are we going to go the endurance route versus that DRC, or are we going to try to Fire Ice it? I think we are going to try to endurance. So yeah. Endurance in... So the good thing about endurance, as I mentioned, is if you get it on play, you really delay Murktide. That last game we couldn't do it enough, but I think in general it's a good idea. Now we can just search for an island, play endurance. We can hardcast endurance now. I think I'm gonna play the endurance now, so they are quite far away from the Lyrium and they do not have an answer. Like they are not going to have a great answer right now for endurance. And later we can endurance with Mystical Dispute up. And I think we are very fine with this situation. I could also go on Fire Ice with Dispute, but for now this is fine. We'll be able to do that later. And also, like, if they get Delirium accidentally and they do not have I would say they do not have Unholy Heat, we are totally eating that round race channel. So I like this sequence. Remember, we have this ticking clock. Okay, no attacks, of course. Are we Fire Icing? Well, we're playing a land. We're attacking. We're happy in our lane, moisturized, all that stuff. Yeah, they are 15 already. Like, a 3-4 is gonna deal so much damage. And next turn I think I'm just playing another endurance. Almost for sure. Probably taking 3 for a blue land, like a Steam Vents or something. They are fetching like right away? What is this? Okay, just preordain and surveilling, that's fine. Okay, very close to Delirium. We are totally going to try to ambush them with Endurance and Mystical Dispute. Let's hope it works. What is this? Explosives for 0. Okay. I mean, our Rhinos will die, but so will their board. So we are playing the Endurance game here. We don't really care about anything else. Also, if we go Endurance and they spend mana, that's mana not spent on Engineer Explosives this turn. They will have to do it next turn cycle. Multi-Regent? So smart. We do have the Dispute here. They may have Flusterstorm. It's been 4 spells, so Flusterstorm will be devastating, but no Flusterstorm. Do we Endurance? I think so. They are respecting the Endurance, so that tells me there's no like a Subtlety waiting for us. We're going to Endurance here, and afterwards we are going to Fire Ice those things. And I hope that's enough for us to win the game and finish with our very respectable 3-2. Okay. Far away from the Delirium, please. This is a Force of Negation they have for our Fire Ice. That would be, well, annoying. This is a Spell Pierce. I'm killing that now. Why would you Spell Pierce when you have Engine Explosives? Just trying to hit Delirium, I think. So we take our 2 for 1 very easily. And now our opponent is in a world of trouble. They at least have the answer for the Rhinos on board. But we will pay, of course. Okay, attack for 6. Wow, our hand really lined up against our opponents this game. That was awesome. And I think this should be enough. Wow, especially if they are starting with expressive iteration, like they get like land and holy heat, kill one endurance, activate explosives for Rhinos, and go to 1 life. That works. This is okay. There's land holy heat, so they are not dead. They are not very alive either. Should we draw with Fiery Islet here? I don't think there's a need for that, since we can just keep Subtlety up and use that to finish the game. So next turn we will present 2 threats. Those are Subtlety and Endurance, and we are going to use Subtlety to stop any kind of like Murktide shenanigans. And they are 1 life. So our 3 Fire Eyes are lethal. And yeah, I like our position. They may of course have like a removal and a counterspell, and then we will be in a world of trouble. But then Lorien Revealed, try to redraw. Okay, that's a lot of damage. What else do you have? This smells like a Murktide to me. So you play first to play around things. If their last card is a counterspell, we have a problem. If not, we win. That's a counterspell. We have a problem. That's a big Murktide. 7/7 Murktide. So that's 2 attacks. Fire Ice. Okay, that works for me. Should I play now and resolve it for sure? I don't think so. I need them to attack. Like if they don't attack, we just look at each other, and if they find a removal spell, that's fine. Like this way we are losing to a counter spell, but I'm fine doing that, because like if we just stare at each other, we are losing that game. Okay, and now we are winning. I think our opponent should have played that in the first minute, but they misplayed there for sure, I think. Okay, 3-2. Well, thanks for bearing this very long video with me. We play a lot of long grindy games, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and come tomorrow for more. And then the day after. Like, I'll see you here every day if you want. Bye!